So good morning, everyone. Thank you for inviting I4ms CSA to this webinar today. My name is Maria Roca, as Nuno presented. I'm working together with Nuno in Funding Box, and I'm a project manager of I4ms Coordination and Support Action. So I4ms is a European initiative that is being funded by the European Commission since 2013. Change2Twin is part of this initiative during this fourth phase that we are now currently running. And well, at the end, this I4ms initiative that is supported by the European Commission, already has a lot of years of experience running a small-scale experiments for manufacturing SME to test digital innovation. You can see here that there are three main goals in I4ms that all the projects belonging to this fourth phase share. That is promoting knowledge exchange, encouraging cross-border cooperation, and providing access to funding opportunities. And one of them is the one that will be presented today. So just to give you a bit of background of what is I4ms, I wanted to share this slide because as you can see, there are other projects in this fourth phase. There are in total 8 different projects that are supporting manufacturing SMEs and also count with the participation of the DIHs of a key pillar of digital transformation. And there are
Maria, I think.
No? Okay. So this is what I said before. This is because, and this,
okay,
you can see now?
Slide number 3, yeah. We can see your PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry for that. It's the only way I can share for some reasons. I don't know. Okay. So as I was saying, there are 4 key technology areas that I4ms is focusing on this fourth phase, that is smart modeling and digital twins, where Change2Twin is one of the projects leading with this technology. Also cognitive autonomous systems and human-robot interactions, that it's led by Beta Factories and projects. Also laser-based additive manufacturing, which is the Pulsate project, and innovative and artificial intelligence, which is led by AI Regio Kit for SMEs. And you can see in the left side of the screen DH World, and this initiative is supporting the uptake of digital technologies, focusing in widening regions, in regions where so far the presence of this technology, of the promotion of these technologies, is not so widespread. So in general, there are different opportunities for SMEs within I4ms initiative. Usually how you can understand the opportunities that are there for SMEs is accessing I4ms community, where also you will find the Change2Twin spaces with all the information related to the open course and activities that they are running. Also, once you participate in these webinars, you know what is going to be funded. You can apply for funding and then receive all the support services that different projects, in this case Change2Twin, has prepared for you. And also from the coordination and support action, we also try to give prominence to those SMEs that are dealing with the digital innovations very well, and also offering some media exposure to present your results to the whole community. So you can see here the calendar of open calls. As you can see, there are some open calls already in the pipeline. And I invite you to visit our website for having more information in each of them. Also, as Change2Twin is also promoting the involvement of DIHs. As I said at the end, DIHs are one of the pillars of the digital European strategy for industry, for transformation of the industry. We also in I4ms CSA, we are supporting the participation of DIHs in the working groups that we have. So in case that you are interested, you can always go to our website, find the join you will see the opportunities there. Also, we are now creating a I4MS contact point network where we would like all the IHs interested in I4MS technologies to come together to apply to our call to action in order to be updated with the latest news on the open calls, also to benefit from some trainings and also raise a warning campaigns that we are running for you to support your your SMEs, okay, in your territories. So at the end, with all the offer of the different projects and also the work that we are doing in I4MS, we have different a value proposition for the ecosystem that goes from business services to community and matchmaking, also information on access to new markets with the participation in events. Also, as I was explaining now, the trainings and the workshops that we are going to run with the DIHs, and of course, all the media exposure and support to the SMEs, the DIHs participating, and of course to the different projects that are the key actors, you know, the stars of the I4MS initiative. So just my last slide, as I said, I invite you to join the community where you will find all the information, not only of I4MS initiative, but also all detailed information on Change2Twin. So in case that there are any questions, feel free to share it with Nuno later. Thank you very much. So now I return to Nuno, the control.
Let me see. Okay, thank you. Something's changing here. Okay. Now let me start sharing my screen. Okay. Can you see the PowerPoint screen or the other one? I'm not sure which one I'm sharing here.
I can see the PowerPoint, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So let's just bring this here. Okay, so good morning, everyone. Now I'm going to, again, just multiple screen problems. Okay. So
Nuno, we are seeing double the next slide as well in the notes.
you're seeing the next slide as well? Okay,
yeah.
Let me try.
Well, it's like it seems you're not presenting.
Sharing here, change presenter screen. Now?
Yeah, now it works.
Okay. Let me just take away here the GoToWebinar stuff all out of my way. Okay. So Change2Twin is a project we are here. So it's a European project that supports manufacturing SMEs in the digitization process by providing digital twin solutions. The concept of a digital twin, we believe, is one of the big game changers in manufacturing and allows companies to significantly increase their global competitiveness. So in a nutshell, what is it about? The goal of the project is to ensure that manufacturing SMEs and mid-caps have easy access to technologies needed to deploy a digital twin. The consortium has 18 partners and is led by Sintef in Norway. In order to achieve this goal, we will offer an end-to-end funding scheme that goes from the Assessment Voucher, which helps SMEs assess their digitization potential with regards to the digital twin, and the Deployment Voucher, which will then help them implement that solution for the digital twin. The project started in 2020 and will last until 2024, and is a part of the I4MS, as we saw, the EU initiative to digitize the European manufacturing industry. So what do we offer? For manufacturing SMEs, we will offer them an assessment on their digitization potential and a recipe for the implementation of that of the digital twin provided by a certified digital innovation hub. Then we will also help them in the deployment voucher, which will be the second open call we'll have to deploy that digital twin with technology providers, and also experiment and optimize that digital twin. And this will all be done through technical support and also by funding support, financial support. No prior knowledge on digital twinning is required in order to participate in our open calls. For technology providers, we will give them the opportunity to publish their technology in the Change2Twin marketplace. Digital innovation hubs will use this marketplace to create twinning recipes for SMEs and midcaps using the technology of these technology providers. This will give you the opportunity to work with SMEs and turn them twinning recipes into reality, and create and test these digital twins and acquire new customers and discover new markets. For digital innovation hubs, we provide them with training and certification on digital twinning. We'll give them the tool and the methodology for the assessment of SME potential in order to deploy a digital twin. And then they will get all the support needed to create ready-to-use twinning recipes for local SMEs. And they are free to use the Change2Twin marketplace containing the twinning technologies. This will give them also the opportunity outside of Change2Twin to broker between SMEs and technology providers by using our marketplace. The funding scheme for financial support that Change2Twin has to offer is for the assessment voucher, which is the first open call that is open now, and we are here talking about. Applicants that are selected will get up to 10,000 euros in a lump sum to get an assessment provided by a certified digital innovation hub and the twinning recipe. After that, we'll have a second open call, which will be the deployment voucher, in which applicants can get up to 90,000 euros as a lump sum in order to implement this digital twin technology via this recipe. Okay. This will be done in 2 rounds of 2 open calls. The first one is open now. The second one will be open mid-2021, and the other ones will come in the next year. Like I was saying, the deployment voucher first open call, which will follow this open call, will be in June 2021. And then the second open call for the assessment voucher is foreseen for Q3 of 2022. And the second open call for the deployment voucher is foreseen for Q4 of 2022 or Q1 of 2023. These dates are indicative and subject to change. So what do we have to offer in the first open call for the assessment voucher? We'll be selecting up to 25 beneficiaries, which will receive up to 10,000 euro as a lump sum to cover the cost of hiring a certified digital innovation hub. They will get a thorough analysis of their digitalization potential. They will also receive a report detailing the improvements achievable with the digital twin technologies, together with a complete recipe for their deployment. This report that they will get as a result of the service that will be hired to the certified digital innovation hub can be used as a basis for an application to the deployment voucher, which will come later in the year. So who are we looking for? We are looking for manufacturing SMEs and midcaps located in the European Union or associated countries of Horizon 2020. The definition of midcaps, there is no official definition, but for us, a midcap is a company that is not an SME and has a headcount of up to 3,000 employees. Okay, so this includes slightly bigger companies, and no turnover or no balance sheet limits are enforced. So the only criterion for deciding whether a company is a midcap or not is the headcount. Companies applying to this open call will also ideally have reached a digitization level of 3 or at least level 2. For level 3, this means that they already use dashboards and that data from important business processes such as production are made available by the use of sensors. The minimum level, which is level 2, means that digital systems in the organization are largely connected to each other and exchange data to provide business applications and software with relevant information. For example, an ERP software is installed already and working. Okay. The ideal use case, although at this stage, since this is an assessment voucher, you will not be asked to provide a concrete plan for the implementation of a digital twin. When applying to this open call, you should keep in mind that the ultimate goal is that the development and implementation of technology and systems applicable to digital twins. So this is very early stage, but you should keep in mind and somehow transmit that idea to us, that the ultimate goal is that you will deploy and implement a digital twin in your company. Okay. And digital twin should be used for one or more of these purposes: virtual design, customer engagement, commissioning, feedback to engineering, monitoring, optimization and best quality, scheduling, diagnosis, preventive maintenance, smart logistics, and smart systems. More detailed information on these purposes and on these levels of digitization is available in the guide for applicants and the frequently asked questions. Right, so the call is now open until the 29th of March. And once the call is closed, we will then perform an eligibility check. and then there will be an external evaluation of the applications received. There will be a consensus meeting within the consortium of Change2Twin, and after that, and after the legal checks of the final list of provisional beneficiaries, the selected beneficiaries will sign an FSTP agreement with the consortium. During the eligibility check, we'll check whether the company is a manufacturing SME or a mid-cap, if it's located in an eligible country, if it has achieved the minimum level of digitization, if the proposal is in English and all mandatory sections are completed. We will also check that the applicant has not received more than 100,000 euros from other I4ms and SAE projects, and that the applicant is not under liquidation or under difficulty. Okay. And also we'll check in every case the absence of conflict of interest between the applicants and the consortium. For the criteria, the application form has 3 sections, and for excellence, we will evaluate the ambition, which means we will want to know why you are applying to this open call, why you want to implement a digital twin, and how does this connect to your business and your KPIs. And this information will be used by us to evaluate the alignment of your goals with the objectives of Change2Twin and to see if it's feasible and possible. Okay. We will also want to know information on your current production processes that you want to improve, the level of innovation within the company and our market that this digital twin will bring, and your self-assessment regarding the level of digitization. For impact, we will want to have a brief description of the vision and ambition of the company's future and how you think a digital twin can play a role in that. We'd also like to know which KPIs you want to improve with the implementation of digital twin, and how do you think this technology can help achieve the company's goals. For implementation, we will ask to have also a brief description of the team and experience. So previous experience your company has in digitalization projects, skills and the experiences of the team that will be working with the certified digital innovation hub. And this team should at least include one person responsible for production and one person from the business side. So now I will give a brief overview of the application form and tell you a few things to keep in mind, because sometimes people may forget to do the simple things while using our application form. That it's very simple, but there are some things that you need to keep in mind. So once you go into the microsite and you start to click the Apply Now button, you will be shown this screen in which you can start a new application. After starting a new application, you can add a contributor to your application, which is someone else that has an account in the Funding Box platform and can help and contribute to this application and have editing access to the application. You need to fill in all the different sections by clicking the Fill button. They are all obligatory, and you can export the application as a PDF. The first section is basic information, so nothing too tricky here. What you do need to keep in mind is to always click Save and Continue after editing, and do not go back before clicking, otherwise all the information that you have entered will be lost. In the second section, the digitalization description of your company, do not forget to choose the certified digital innovation hub that you want to work with. In case you have not been in contact with the digital innovation hub yet, I advise you to do so. But if it's the last day and you have not contacted one, please select the digital innovation hub that is geographically closer to you. And then if that digital innovation hub is not available in the moment, if you are selected, obviously, we will help you find another digital innovation hub, and you will be allowed to change this selection later on. Right. So in this section as well, we'll ask you to select the digitization level that you think your company is at, and afterwards, please describe why you think this digitalization level is correct for your company, according to the descriptions available in the Acatech Industry 4.0 Maturity Index. Links to this index can be found in the FAQs and the guide for applicants as well. Then you will be asked to choose up to 5 KPIs that you want to improve your digital twin. And again, after editing, do not forget to save and continue. The next section is the requested support section, in which you will be asked to make a simple budget, to prepare a simple budget of your project and tell us what money we will be requiring from us. So again, here you'll have to select the country of the digital innovation hub that you want to hire, then apply a country correction coefficient. This information is available in the FAQs, frequently asked questions. Then calculate the full-time equivalent of the effort that is necessary for this project, multiply that by the country coefficient and by 4,880 euros, and you will get the total personnel costs. Then you can also include mobility, consumables, and subcontracting costs up to the maximum amounts that are listed in the application form. Then you'll have to sum these amounts and get the total direct costs, apply 25% to get the overheads, and then you'll get the total budget of the project. The requested amount will be 70% of the total budget of the project, and with a maximum of 10,000 euros, like we said. Also here, please say that whether or not you have received funding from other I4ms or SAE projects in the past, and if so, please indicate the total amount that you have received before. The next two sections are a declaration of honor and the processing of personal data. Please read these sections clearly and mark that you have read and understood them and agree with them in order to be able to submit the application. Once all the fields are completed, you will be able to submit the application. Please do not forget to click submit, otherwise the application will not be submitted. Okay. You can submit early on, and then you will be able to edit your application until the deadline. So there is no problem if you think that you already have a pretty close to final draft, and in order to avoid any technical problems, to first submit, and then if you can, edit and improve your application, but you will be safer, and that will be already submitted application. And that's it from my part. Any questions? No, let me just see if I can go back to.
Nuno, I have some questions here from the participants. I don't know if anyone else wants to send any other question. So the first one is about the eligibility criteria. It says, can a DAH also act as a technology provider?
For this open call, there is no role as technology providers. That role will exist for the second open call for the deployment voucher. And then technology providers can be digital innovation hubs or can be other companies.
Okay, so I have another one related to the marketplace. Are we supposed to choose solutions for the twin receipt from the marketplace, or can the DAH propose any custom solution?
Well, Tor can help me on this one, but my interpretation is that if the solution is not available in the marketplace, then the solution hub can propose other solutions. Do you agree, Tor? Let me unmute you, Tor. We cannot hear you. Yes, now we can hear you, Tor. Yeah.
See there, I had to unmute myself as well. Yeah, you can go outside the marketplace. The marketplace is not open yet. There will be contents there gradually. But okay. So you can select from a wide variety of places.
Okay, thank you, Tor. Any more questions, Marta?
Yeah, as for the marketplace as well, when will the marketplace be ready or open for searching the technological companies?
I know they are having meeting now between the different packages, so I'm not exactly sure. There are things that have to be sorted out. So I can't really answer that. It will be more important for the next call, the implementation phase.
Yeah, at this point, I wanted to remind that we are recording the session, so you're going to receive all the material again, and then we will prepare a set of answers to the questions afterwards, so maybe we can provide some more information to those unanswered questions of today. And so regarding the questions, I have another one. As a DAH, can we help the SME determine if its digital twin purpose by running the Compass tool? that was introduced during the certification days to help them write the proposal of the assessment voucher?
If I'm going to answer, then repeat the question.
Yeah. So as a DAH, can we help the SME determine its digital twin purpose by running the Compass tool to help them write the proposal of the assessment voucher?
I didn't catch the first bit. Is this in the chat?
I am reading it, yes. Well, basically the assessment tool is supposed to be used to provide the service or part of the service, but if you think that it's useful in helping a company prepare the application, go ahead. You know, the assessment tool voucher, the assessment tool, the Compass tool is open to the certified digital innovation hubs to use as they see fit. So if you think that helps, then you can.
Okay, so next one, do you think an IoT air quality measurement device will suit with this type of financial support?
If it's for the manufacturing of that and develop of that or simulation, somehow it's very open-ended. We say that digital twin is a replica, a digital replica of some physical object or process, and that can be used for decisions, and that often it is data transmission included, and for this device checking air will communicate, and so it could both be for somehow simulating how it's going to work, or for the digital twins in the product development, or to simulate manufacturing. So it is possible. Digital twins is a very, very wide aspect, but just remember that we have manufacturing here as one of the as an important aspect.
Right. All beneficiaries should be manufacturing companies. That's it.
Okay, so let's go with the next one. Just to be sure that I have understood it correctly, the beneficiary of the budget of up to 10K, it's the DAH to give the service to the SME, right?
The beneficiary is the SME who gets the lump sum to hire a digital innovation hub. Okay.
So the money has to go through the SME.
Yes, exactly. The beneficiaries for this open call and for projects under this topic can only be manufacturing SMEs or mid-caps. Okay.
Okay, so next one, the Industry 4.0 Maturity Index is a self-assessment, or it has to be somehow certified by some entity?
It is a self-assessment, and that is why in the application form we ask you to also to justify why you self-assessed yourselves in that way. Okay, so choose the level that you think is correct, and then briefly justify why you chose that level.
Okay, so I have another one here. I represent a technology provider that develops digital twins. I can see a couple of SMEs from our potential customers base that could benefit from the deployment voucher. How should I proceed in making them interested and potentially enable them implementation of the digital twins that we can develop for them?
Well, further information for the deployment voucher will be announced when we launch that open call, but right now you can share with them information about Change2Twin. Ask them if they would be interested in a first step, which would be the assessment voucher with the digital innovation hub. And in case not, that there is no problem, they can apply directly to the deployment voucher. You can start working on them on the solution and preparing an application. It will be open in June, July of this year. So you can already start talking to them and see how you might be able to prepare an application. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's important to start talking to potential applicants for the next phase early on to sell it in and to somehow develop a good idea. It will be competitive.
Exactly.
Okay, so next one, the application form has to be done by the DIH, right?
No, the application form has to be done by the manufacturing company, the SME or the mid-cap.
Okay, next one, as for the application form and budget mentioned, as for the application form and budget mentioned, and as for the total personal cost, can be included there 2 employees of SMEs and 2 employees of the DIH, 1 external specialist cooperating with our DIH, equals to when all their work is 1 full working time altogether. I mean, can you sum like working time of different employees of the SMEs and the DIHs and 1 external specialist when all in total is a full working day?
Well, as long as the total amount is less than the lump sum that we will be helping, you can include the necessary effort to develop to execute the project. So it can be the effort from the SME, from the Digital Innovation Hub, and whoever the Digital Innovation Hub needs to involve to help provide that service. Okay.
But there is a limit on how much you can do for subcontracting for the external specialist, I think.
Yes, for subcontracting, yes, but for full-time effort, no.
Yeah.
Maybe that's also included in the guide for applicants, right? It's all detailed there, right?
Yeah, and if they have more questions, they can use the community and the open call space to.
I will leave the links later as well. So next one is, how many beneficiaries do you expect to select per country?
That is not a criterion, so we will select up to 25 beneficiaries of the best applications. Okay. Yeah. Ideally, it will be geographically dispersed. They will not be all 25 from one country, hopefully, but there is no limit. Or
it will be based on quality.
Exactly.
Okay, so next one, will the deployment voucher also cover 70% of the estimated costs?
Yes. Since this is an innovation action, the rules for Horizon 2020 is that the funding for profit companies, which is like manufacturing SMEs, is 70% of the expected costs. Okay.
Okay, so next one, in the second open call, there will be no need of assistance of a DIH?
Well, that depends on the recipes. That depends on what you need to deploy. For the second open call, for the deployment, whatever makes sense, they can include in the project, whether it's the participation of the Digital Innovation Hub or the participation of other technology providers, then that it will be a lot more open. So this, in the second open call, companies will come to us with the solution that they want to implement for Digital Twin, either via the assessment report they get now, or they can come externally and prepare it themselves. And then whatever makes sense, if it's a coherent proposal and it's within the scope of the project and within the limits of funding, then yes, the Digital Innovation Hub can be a part of it.
But the DIH would probably then come under subcontracting, which is for 50% of the budget, 15% of the budget, up to that.
Okay, so next one, could the SME be a startup company, a micro SME, as a coordinator in a consortium with a manufacturing company?
No, the beneficiary, for starters, for this assessment voucher, which we are talking now, it's not a consortium application, it's a single applicant. So the beneficiary needs to be a manufacturing SME. Okay.
Okay, so the last one that I have so far, nope, there's another one. So in the event that the Digital Twin project concerns a service to support the production of machines and plants for our end customer, is it still eligible? So if the Digital Twin project concerns a service to support the production of machines and plants for our end customers, is it still eligible?
Well, here we are looking for end users. The objective for the project and the objective for the European Union is to help manufacturing SMEs in that digitization process. So here it sounds like a technology provider which already has their business very well digitized. So really, from the first view of what you are saying, it does not look like you need support in digitizing the company. Okay.
Another one, can some of the beneficiaries person months also be counted towards eligible cost of the assessment voucher and deployment voucher?
Yes.
Yep. If an SME applies for the assessment voucher, is this a benefit for the second one?
No, there is absolutely no difference in company. The deployment voucher will not discriminate whether a company has participated in the assessment voucher or comes externally. All applications will be judged on equal terms.
But yeah, comment. But assessment voucher can help more companies to apply for the implementation phase.
The result of this will be pretty close to what they need to apply for the second, for the deployment voucher, but they will not be discriminated by whether or not they participate in this one.
Okay, regarding the documentation to be submitted, which documents must the SME prove in the first call? Compass tool, readiness assessment, and field template?
Well, that information is provided to the certified digital innovation hubs within our training, and they will be aware of what they need to present to you in the report that the SMEs need to present to us.
Okay, and can a DIH submit the application on behalf of the SME?
No, an SME needs to present the application. The beneficiaries need to present the application. The contact information that is there in the application form should be for the SME and not for a digital innovation hub.
Because we cannot pay out money to DIHs, it has to be paid to the SME.
Exactly.
Okay, is there any other questions? I don't have any more. I don't know if someone wants to ask something else. However, remember that you have, yeah, I got one here. What happens if the DIH and the technology provider are the same legal person?
In the first round here, it's the SME end user that has to apply, so that doesn't matter. In the next phase, yeah.
In the next phase, we'll have to look into it case by case for conflict of interest.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have another one here. So a part of this 10K for the SMEs goes to the DIHs in the first open call.
Well, yes, you will need to use this lump sum to contract a certified digital innovation hub to provide you the service, which is really the goal of this open call. And digital innovation hubs have been trained and certified by us to give you an assessment based on the Change2Twin methodology and tools.
Okay, so is there any other question? Yeah, got another one here. When will we have more information about the deployment voucher, the circumstances and documents needed?
Well, closer to the open call, join our community, follow us on social networks, the project, and as soon as it is available, we will announce it.
Yeah, I recommend everybody to follow the I4ms community and also the space of Change2Twin.
So we have another question here. Could a logistic SME apply?
Well, they have to be manufacturing companies. So if it's just logistics without any manufacturing processes, I would say no, right, Tor?
Yeah, I would say similar, but it could be logistical aspects, like one of the pilots where it's transport or plastic wrap beer pallets along roads, finding out how much plastic you have to wrap around it. So it has to have something to do the manufacturing.
Okay, something else? Someone? Last chance to submit any question. Okay, however, I've left some links here in the chat for you to be able to join the Change2Twin community and to go to the application page where you can find also all the guides and documents that you are gonna need to get to know everything about the open call eligibility criteria and everything. And then I also left the help desk community link. So there you can directly ask your questions and we will try to be quick and answer it as soon as we can. And also I would like just to remind you that we're gonna publish the recording of the session today as well. Okay, sorry, last one question. Sorry, Nuno Tor. What documents need to be sent before the budget can be confirmed? Invoices from DAHs, invoices from DAHs external specialists?
Well, this is a lump sum mechanism. So for the lump sum, there is no need to provide any support. You need to keep all those documents for audit purposes and for tax purposes. But the only thing we will be required to provide to the Change2Twin consortium is the deliverable. Okay, that will be the end result of this assessment voucher. Once we validate that deliverable, that it is sufficient quality and it is presented on time and good enough, then the payment will be validated.
Okay, I got two new ones. As DAH is not no profit, is there any problems if the invoice to the SME for the assessment will be done by a related profit company?
Well, we really need to look into this via our Digital Innovation Hub contacts in the consortium. But if it's that profit company is a part of the Digital Innovation Hub, we'll have to look into it. But please contact us by email at diah@change2twin.eu and explain the case in more detail so we can see how to help.
Okay. Yeah, and the last one, how many applications will be chosen for the deployment phase?
That is not decided yet. So we will announce that it will be around 20, but that's not decided yet.
Okay, so that's all.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have any questions.
That is everything. Okay, thank you all. Thank you, Tor and Maria. I don't know if you want to say any final words, Tor. No? Okay. So thank you, everybody. It was a good session with interesting questions. And if you have any more questions, please join us on the community and follow us on LinkedIn and also send us an email and we'll try to help any way that we can. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, bye.
Bye.
Bye, thanks.